Good morning. It's Monday, February 28th, and this is the kickoff video for our new Lent video devotional series. And we've recruited many voices from Horizon as we do Advent and Lent every year, just to help us explore Jesus from more vantage points than just my own. What I want to do this morning is just talk a little bit about Lent, and I want to talk about entering Lent with the right spirit, with the right heart, with the right sense of expectation. Because many of us were raised in traditions where we weren't familiar with the church calendar. We didn't celebrate Lent, and we had no understanding of things like Ash Wednesday. We weren't exposed to those rich traditions, and some of us, most of us perhaps over the last 10 or 12 years, have discovered the richness, the tapestry of 2,000 years of church history, where the church really had a sense of rhythm. And they had a sense of time and a sense of what God was doing at any one moment in time because they followed the church calendar. And we've learned as a church that, the Christian year starts not at New Year's, but it starts at Advent. 4 weeks to think deeply about the incarnation, waiting, longing, Christmas, entering into that Christmas tide where we embrace the incarnation, we go into Epiphany. Epiphany is a long season of the revelation of God that we explore. That leads us all the way up to Lent. And Lent was a time, what you should know is that Lent was typically the time of preparation for those who are going to be baptized on Easter. So typically, baptisms happened on Easter. This was a big day for the church, and that makes perfect sense. Jesus rises from the dead, and we enter into the power of that resurrection by fully identifying and baptized with Jesus. And so oftentimes it's preparatory. And so how do you prepare? Well, Jesus fasted 40 days in the desert, and so the church took up 40 days. 40 days of Lent is observed between Ash Wednesday, the start of the Lenten season, and typically the church has during Lent done three things following Matthew 6. It's a time to give alms. When you give to the poor, Jesus says, it's a time to fast. When you fast, and when you pray. So those three things typically are what the church has kind of brought in. We have come to understand that in this season, what we're asking is to the Holy Spirit to kind of inform us, like, what practices should I engage in to build an imagination for the resurrection, the celebration of Easter? And so it could include fasting and prayer and almsgiving. It could include other things as well. And we're inviting you tomorrow night to come to our learning lab, and where we're going to, as a group, this group of people for 40 days will be practicing disciplines around hospitality, caring for the other, and prayer, contemplative prayer, centering prayer. So we'll meet Fat Tuesday for a feast, and then midway through Lent, and then after Lent we'll celebrate again. Wednesday is Ash Wednesday. Ash Wednesday is the day that we kick Lent off formally. We contemplate our sin. We contemplate our need for the death and crucifixion of Jesus. We enter into that season. So we hope that you can all come out both Tuesday and Wednesday night. But let me just challenge you. Find some ways to make Easter your highlight of the year, to practice devotionally and throughout your days ways of remembering what we're building up to, and have a sense of joy in your heart as to what God did through Jesus for you, for me, and for the sake of the world. I hope you have a happy and wonderful week, and that Lent becomes meaningful and draws you closer to God. Grace and peace to you.